Hey y'all, welcome back. It is Foodie Friday, and today we are going to take this full English breakfast. We are going to take it down south, and we are going to put it on a sandwich. And if that sounds like something really interesting to you, stick around. We'll be right back.
Hey, hey, let's just always get faded. Let's just always get faded. Yeah, yeah.
We wanted to do a fried green tomato for this sandwich, but truly green tomatoes that have not begun to ripen are toxic, even when they're cooked. So we decided to go with some red, firm tomatoes and give them the fried green tomato treatment. So we start by dredging them in just a regular all-purpose flour, or what you may know as AP flour. Then we are putting them in a nice egg wash, and then we are dredging them in a white cornmeal. This is a very typical white cornmeal, pretty much found everywhere, any grocery store. You want to make sure that you really get them nice and coated, and then we're just going to stage them on a pan before they go in the fryer. Okay, so for this, we are going to make chop steak. Well, what chop steak is a round, but it's tenderized with basically by puncturing it until it gets to be somewhere in between a steak and very loose hamburger, and that's what this is. For our sausage, we're going to be using the Southern Classic Nice's Country Sausage. If you live in the South, you know what Nice's is, and if you don't know what Nice's is, oh, you need to find out. It is the best sausage around. We're going to be sauteing some mushrooms. These are actually baby portobellas as opposed to the white creminis that you normally see, so that's why they look brown. Because the timing on this is different for so many different components of the sandwich, we're heating our oven to 180, and it's going to be used for holding some of the things that we've already fried, but we want to keep them hot. 180, by the way, is a good temperature for holding pretty much anything, but especially meat, because most meats need to be heated somewhere between 145 and 170, and if you hold them at 180, they will stay hot. Okay, so you probably already know the beans aren't going on this sandwich. So what is? We are going to build a breakfast sandwich, but it's going to be Southern style a little bit, but it's going to be based on that full English breakfast. We are going to build it this way. We're going to put it on a grilled potato roll. That is a roll made with potato flour, if you didn't know what that is. Then we are going to layer on there chicken fried steak, cheddar cheese, fried green tomatoes, sausage patties, hash brown, grilled mushrooms, and a whole fried egg. And that is all going to go in one sandwich. This sandwich is basically going to be able to be breakfast, lunch, or dinner, because in the South, all those meals run together. We'll eat whatever, whenever we feel like it. It's a talent. So let's get to it. Okay, we have put the sausage and the hash browns into the same tray. That's going to go into a 425 degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. But what if the sausage grease gets on the hash browns? That's just going to bring more delicious to the party. Okay, so we're getting ready to get these double dredged green tomatoes down in the oil. You want to make sure your oil's good and hot. You're going to want it to be about 350. And you're going to want to use tongs. That keeps your hands very safely away from any grease that might splatter, because remember, tomatoes are water, and that water is definitely going to leak out. Till they start to get a little bit brown around the edges, and then we're going to flip them. So we're looking at probably about 3 minutes on each side. It's been about 3 minutes. We're flipping those fried green tomatoes. You can see that beautiful brownness on there. It's not going to get super brown because that's cornmeal and flour, so it's going to stay kind of light. But you see how it just got a little bit brown down around the edges and around that outside ring. And there they are, and we're going to do about another 3 minutes. Here are those fried green tomatoes all done, and they are resting, and we're going to pop these in the oven just to keep them crisp. Our potatoes and our sausage patties are done, so we're just going to put them in a 180-degree oven with our tomatoes, and we're going to hold them until we've got everything else ready. We are going to make a spread to go on this. We are using Texas Pete hot sauce, which is made right here in Winston-Salem. We're using Sticky Fingers Sweet Southern Heat barbecue sauce, and that is made in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. And we're using Hellmann's mayonnaise. I think everybody knows what that is. We're gonna make a little sweet, spicy aioli to go on that sandwich. This is where we are with that sauce. We used about a third of a cup of barbecue sauce, a third of a cup of the mayonnaise, and about a tablespoon of the hot sauce. We are getting ready to get our mushrooms going. The butter's gonna melt a little bit. All right, our butter's melted and we are getting those mushrooms down in the pan. We're gonna cook them up probably about 3 to 4 minutes so they're nice and tender, and they are going to be awesome on this sandwich. Ooh, look at those mushrooms. They look amazing, and they are done. We're gonna pull them. Okay, let's talk a little bit about chicken fried steak. The steak itself is just called chop steak, and as I explained before, it's just slices of a thicker piece of meat like a rump roast that is tenderized using blades or needles. It has a very tender texture once that's done, obviously, because it's getting closer to being ground beef. But chicken fried steak is where we take that meat, we coat it the same way we would coat fried chicken. So we're going to dredge it. We're going to put it in an egg wash. Then we're going to dredge it in self-rising flour. Why are we using self-rising flour, and what is that? Self-rising flour is just flour that has baking soda and baking powder added to it. Those two things in this dredge are going to make that coating on the outside get super, super crispy in that oil, the same way that you get super crispy fried chicken. And it's kind of puffy. That's what the self-rising flour does. So you're going to want to use self-rising flour if you try to make this yourself. Chicken fried steak is very mildly seasoned. Salt and pepper. That's it. Very simple. Season the meat, you don't season the flour, as we always say. So other names for chicken fried steak, you might know it as country fried steak, country steak, or chop steak. But down here in the South, chop steak is actually what we call the cut of meat. Okay, so we're gonna, remember what I said, season the meat. We're not gonna season that flour, okay? Little salt. We're doing pepper, and yeah, you're gonna see that pepper underneath there, all right? I just kind of push that seasoning in, flip it over, right? Now I can't touch my pepper, mess that up. All right, not touching the pepper with the dirty glove, right? Because we touched meat with, I could have used tongs for that though. And then we're gonna salt the other side. All right, remember we don't touch raw meat with our hands. So we're going in the flour first because we want to give that egg something to stick. That's our self-rising flour that we're dredging. And the milk and egg, this is a milk and egg mixture. If you want to use buttermilk, that would be far more authentic for Southern cuisine, but we don't like buttermilk. Nobody likes the taste of buttermilk in this house. That is one good dredged chop steak. And we're gonna do that now for the other. We have got our dredged chop steak right here. So we're gonna go ahead and get them in this hot oil that we got just waiting for these babies. They are gonna have a spa day right here. And we're doing about 3 minutes on each side. That's always a good way to figure out steak, is how many minutes on each side. And these are going 3 minutes on each side. I'm gonna kind of move them down to the hot spot in the spa, which is toward the back. Okay, we have pulled our chicken fried steak, and there it is. And if you're saying to yourself, that looks like fried chicken, that's the whole point of it. We are gonna pop this in the oven to hold it. We have our 180-degree oven on. If you're worried about the paper towels, it's fine. Paper is flammable at 451 degrees, so it is fine for a 180-degree. Okay, we've got our lovely sliced cheddar cheese. That is not American cheese. It is a medium cheddar cheese that is gonna go on this sandwich, and we've got our rolls prepped. These are going to get grilled in a pan. All right, we got those rolls going down. Basically, we're just gonna fry them in a pan until they get nice and toasty brown. And yes, I think fried bread is probably the most American thing I can think of. Okay, we're getting ready to get that egg down. We want it to be runny. There you go. We're gonna do that sunny side up just like that. We're putting a lid on here and it's gonna cook that top. That was a lot of work. We are finally getting ready to build this beast. Check it out. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take the bottom of our bun. Look at how nicely toasted that was. We're gonna put a little of that sauce that we made on it, just like that. We definitely wanna be able to taste it, but not so much slop, because this sandwich is gonna be hard to hold together. Then we're gonna take our steak. Look how beautiful that is. Place that right there. Next is our cheddar cheese. That's going down like that. Then look at this beautiful hash brown. So that's going on there. Our sausage. That Niece's sausage cooked up absolutely beautiful. Then we're gonna do our fried green tomato. We're gonna grab some of these gorgeous, gorgeous mushrooms and we're gonna put on there. I'm trying to not unbalance the thing because it's like building the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Of course, that thing stayed up for all these years, so maybe I shouldn't be too worried. And last but not least, we've got this beautiful fried egg that is gonna go on top right like that. And there you have it, the full English breakfast sandwich. How amazing is that? We took it all the way down south with fried green tomatoes, Niece's sausage, and chicken fried steak. And now somebody's got to take a bite because I can't eat that egg. Okay, so if you're wondering who the other set of hands in my video is, it is my son who quite often helps me out with cooking. He's going to take this bite.
Oh my God, okay. I'll try.
All right.
All right, the egg is already...
The egg's already
busted,
running.
so
okay, well that's the beauty of it. That's the good part.
This is crazy.
Let's see.
I'm definitely not Guy, but I'll try.
Unhinge your jaw. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. That looks amazing. How does it taste?
Okay, this is actually not bad.
Yeah.
Wow, this is really good. I don't know what else to say.
How was the steak?
The steak is good. The steak is perfect. I love the crunch of the fried green or the fried tomato.
Yeah.
And you can get all the flavors. It's like really good. I like it.
That already he's gone in for a second bite. That's how we know things are good around here. All right, y'all. That's another Foodie Friday. Full English breakfast. Took it down south and put it on a sandwich. It looks like it turned out all right. It was a lot of moving parts, but definitely doable and looks delicious. I would love to eat that egg if anybody's wondering. So I hope you liked hanging out with me this Foodie Friday. I hope wherever you are, you're having a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, or a great night. I hope you're taking care of yourself and I hope you're taking care of each other. As always, I'll see you in my next one. Bye, y'all. Okay, also I would like to ask you to stop and we'll have a moment of silence for my husband who's gonna have to clean all of these dishes that it took us to make the full English breakfast sandwich. Thanks, guys.
Ey, ey, eller så sa jag ska fade it, eller så sa jag ska fade it.